Alright, well, welcome back. Alright, we're here up at the trade deadline. Done some pre looking around here. Have an idea of the direction that we're going to go ahead and head. Looking at our record, we're obviously first in our division down here with 78 points. Pretty close, though, for a second. With the wild card being in our division, it's easy to kind of keep an eye with that. Pretty big gap over us in Colorado there, so I think we should probably be a 1 or 2 seed. But I do want to go ahead and try to make some moves as this team should be a cup contender this year. So we're going to go ahead and make some moves here and try to improve our team and try to make sure we get that deep run into the playoffs here. First things first, we're going to go ahead and look at this player meeting right here. It is Panarin. The extra ice time is going. Okay, play my best. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and there's a lot of guys in that locker room. Glad to hear it. Keep up the hard work. Go ahead and do that one. Try to keep it motivating. Okay, and he responded well, so that's good. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and jump into the trade block and see what's out there. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and get into this. I have already kind of went and looked around. I haven't tried to make any trades, so I'm not sure exactly what we have to give up. But the first player that's on the trading block on a team that looks like they're not playoff bound is going to be on Detroit. Now we're looking for that winger role, which Thomas Vanek fills. He does have a decent bit of trade value, so we might not be able to make this year, but he's only got 1 year left, so we can kind of let him walk at the end of the year. This is also a team that wants to get a little younger, so we're going to go ahead and try to pick up Thomas Vanek here. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to look. Now we have this guy right here, which is a center, top 6, medium. Now we don't have too many prospects by any means, especially in the center role. But if you do look at the centers we have Jonathan Toews is only 28, Nick Schmaltz who's 21, and then you go ahead and you have 28 right there, and then you have Marcus Kruger down here who's only 26. So as far as I look at our center core, I'm happy with those 3. Obviously, Nick Schmaltz has been playing wing, but we can always put him in the center if we need him. We also have Desjardins. So I feel like giving up him would not be a bad move here. It looks like the trade value is pretty even. I probably could try to get that straight up. But at the same time here, wouldn't mind adding a nice bottom 6 defensive forward here. I'm not sure if they have any, so I'll go ahead and just look for that type of player. So we'll sort by overall. Okay. Darren Helm. 5 years left. No, it's way too much for me. Luke Glendening. Pretty good defensive stats now. Would he be an improvement over Jordan Tutu? So he's got really good defensive stats. Obviously, I could throw in Jordan Tutu if we need to, as he's been probably one of the players taking a lot of penalty minutes. So go ahead and we'll look at him. Not terrible defensive stats. Discipline at 60, though. 72 penalty minutes. So we can go ahead and throw in a Jordan Tutu. Go ahead and get a... Where's he at? Luke Glendening. Now, it wouldn't be... Hold on, let me check his. Discipline's up at an 84. I mean, I think this would definitely improve our team. It would get us out of the box a little bit. So go ahead and put him up there. Now, I do think that we have a little extra trade value there. But just the fact that they're giving up a player, obviously you would want something back, so you get that. And then these two. So it's pretty much player for player here. So we're going to go ahead and try this trade. This would seem to be one of the bid off. You're bid off in value. Okay, so we're bid off. So don't really want to give up any draft picks. Go ahead and look. Yeah, we have all 3 this year. I'd like to keep our top 3. I'd be okay with sending him a 4th though. Trade accepted. Okay, so that's good. I'll go ahead and just edit this out real quick. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and just do the lines when we're done kind of making trades here. I wouldn't mind maybe finding another good defensive young forward that we could kind of keep with us for a while. Um, so don't really have anyone in mind here. I mean, the only person, I mean, one player I like who's a bottom player in the NHL is Tom Wilson. Now, would Washington want to make this move? Probably not, seeing that they're this good. But let's just take a look at him. I think he still should be over here. Yeah, Tom Wilson, who's an 83 overall, 22. Yeah, I mean, I really like the type of player he is, but I just don't see them making that move. So as of right now, that's all we're gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and make the lineup changes, and when I get back, I'll go ahead and show you those. All right. So now we're back. I already made my line changes. Now the top six looks way better than it did before. With the first line staying the same with Panarin, Taves, Kane, which has been a pretty good line all year. Taves is obviously leading our team in points, so that's good. Now our second line looks a lot better now with Thomas Vanek, who wasn't having a good year. I noticed that as I was doing the line changes, but now that he's moved over to a better team with Anisimov and Hossa. Nice kind of two-way forwards, good defensive mind, and then you got Thomas Vanek, definitely more of an offensive-minded player. Hopefully he, gives us the effort unlike in real life. Then you got kind of the younger squad right here with Tyler Moe and Nick Schmaltz, who are now moved down to the third line with Luke Glendening. Obviously, come playoff time, we can obviously swap Vanek, move him down here, and then, move ahead and move Glendening down, Kruger up here, stuff like that. And then with this bottom line, you got a Grinder and Desjardins. You got Marcus Kruger, who's a great two-way forward. And then you got ahead and you got Richard Panik. Now, we have Ryan Hartman, who's out of the lineup. Now, when he comes back, I'm not sure. I'm probably leaning towards taking out Richard Panik out of the lineup just because Desjardins is just way better defensively than Panik. I know he was on the second line or the first line for a little bit, second line for a little bit this year, but didn't put up many points. He's -9, so I think moving him down here definitely helps. And then we go defensively. It's the same defensive lineup. Hopefully, Polka can go ahead and get healthy. I like the +5, not many points, but not bad for a two-way defender. And then as far as special teams, this is the power play. I went ahead and put Vanek on the point up here. I kept Hossa down here, and then when the PK. This is what we look like. Glendening's up there, and Eastmoss moved down here. Hossa's off of it. So that looks pretty good to me. Now, I think we're just going to go ahead and move past. Actually, let's go ahead and check out these player meetings. Probably just a bunch of stuff about the trades. Let's see if that made anyone angry. Player morale. Okay, so we're in player morale. Panarin. I think this team is really gelling. It's showing. Okay, well, he's happy. He seemed to like the motivating last time, so we're just gonna go ahead and go with that again. I feel pretty good about my performance. Okay, it's Taze. Taze probably realistically wants to be assertive. Seem better because he likes to grow. See, look, there we go. So that maybe they, helped out and stuff. Being traded, but okay, Thomas Vanek, he's just coming here. He seems, based off what he just said there, he's a little nervous. So we'll go ahead and go calming. Ooh, he did not like that, which isn't good. Glad to join the team. Luke Glendening, we'll just try motivating him. See if that helps. Okay, that looks good. Alright, so we'll go ahead. We got an 86 in morale, which is pretty good. Let's go ahead and just hop into these games again. Hopefully we can go ahead and lock up a playoff spot here real quick. With injuries being on, I might actually go ahead and rest some players. I'm not quite sure if I'm going to or not. It all depends. So there you go. Poko's completely healthy. Hopefully we can stay healthy on this stretch. We do have Nashville here. We'll go ahead and sim this game as it's a division game. Actually, I think I'm just going to sim any games that we have against the top 4 teams being Minnesota, St. Louis, and Dallas. I think at this point Nashville's clearly out of the playoff picture. It's not a game that has really any major implications here. So we'll go ahead and we'll we'll go to this Minnesota game here. We did end up losing in overtime and then winning there. Um, Hopefully we can beat the Nashville Predators, which we do, which is definitely a team that we should be beating. Anaheim's another team who seems to be struggling with assimilation, along with Detroit. So those are both games that we should win. Go ahead and pull a lead. I'm not happy with that loss to Detroit, who's definitely a bottom team. We did just make some trades with them. Go ahead and we'll send this Minnesota game, who's definitely a team right behind us. Hopefully Thomas Vanek can get on the board from us. I like Isamov. We're getting outshot though, which seems to be a common occurrence. Maybe we're just a good team that takes advantage of opportunities. Second period here, Mott gets a goal on Devin Dubnyk, which is also really nice to see. Third period here, we give up 2 goals, which isn't good. We gave up one really early in the period, right on the crease. And then Jared Spurgeon. Hopefully we can just go ahead and we lose in overtime. So that's definitely hard to give up not 1 but 2 points there in a game that we should have won with a 2-goal lead going into the third. Which helps them kind of get closer to us. We'll go ahead and go right up to this Dallas game here and see how it is. Ryan Hartman. We'll go ahead and continue. I just want to make sure I wait for the little morale thing up there so he gets fully healthy. So hopefully he doesn't go ahead and get hurt. Injured foot. Okay, March 21st. We're in March. There's only a couple of games here against the Eastern Conference, so I'm just going to go ahead and replace the player. Should be back in time for the Dallas game down there. And then when Panarin gets back, we'll go ahead and put Hartman back in the lineup along with Panarin, who should be coming back here. We'll continue. Go ahead and just make sure that he gets fully healthy. There's no need to rush him back here and risk him getting another injury, maybe making it more long-term. There it is. Perfect timing. We did take these 2 losses right here. Followed them up with 2 wins, which is good to see. I'm going to go ahead and do the lineup changes, and then I'll be back. Okay, we're back here. We do have a playoff spot locked up, which is nice. But I would like to be able to lock up our division before I even think about resting anybody. I'm going to go ahead and take a look. We Western Conference. We're the top team in the Western Conference, which is good to see. Let's see how we're doing. Just kind of do a quick little look. Goals for second. Okay, so we're definitely a goal scoring team. But as far as this goes, I would like to try to lock up the conference, have home ice all the way through before we go ahead and even start looking at resting anybody. Go ahead and look at the entire league. Yeah, we're pretty far behind the Eastern Conference with 5 points, and we have an extra game in hand. So Washington could be essentially 7 points in difference. Go ahead and I'll check in this in a couple games, and if we have the Western Conference locked up, may go ahead and rest a couple of our top guys here, so no one gets hurt. But we're going to go ahead and keep battling and try to lock up the Western Conference here. Go ahead and sim this game against Dallas, which hopefully we can win. Maybe I should have looked to see if we could have locked up anything here in the next couple games. Go ahead and sim the first period, though. And it was a big first period for Dallas with getting 4 goals, all from 4 different players, all on that same side of the ice, which is definitely weird. And then you get 1 from Mott, and then they get 2 more, and we get 1 from Glendening. Good to see him get on the board here. Hopefully he can keep contributing. We'll go ahead and sim this period. Down by 2. Hopefully we can come back and just get a point. And we don't. That's kind of sucks, but at the same time, we do have a nice little gap. So hopefully, looks like we have a nice little stretch of Eastern Conference. We'll go ahead and we'll sim this little game at Tampa Bay here. Just because of the fact that, no, it doesn't have any potential. It is one of the matchups in the 2015 finals, and there's not any other games that we are going to sim here. So we'll go ahead and just do one more. April 5th. Okay, you can just replace players on the 4th line anyway, so that's not too bad. Go ahead and edit scouting. Let's see. One defenseman in the world. We're going to go ahead and look at some Russian forwards. See how they do. I don't think I've scouted them yet. We'll go ahead and sim this game against the Lightning. Okay, First period here, we get 2 goals. Brian Campbell, Marion Hossa. You'd almost think they'd be switched as Brian Campbell scores from down low and Hossa scores from the point. Go ahead and do the second period there. Hopefully we can get the shutout here, and we do. It's good to see Corey Crawford. Hopefully that was Corey Crawford in the net. Kind of come in here. Yeah, it was. Come in here, get a big shutout. Hopefully he can stay hot and play well through Chicago with the sprained thumb. An estimated return April 8th. Alright, well, I'll be back as soon as I get done fixing this. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get back here now. I just went ahead and called up our goalie from the AHL. I'm just going to go ahead and sim up here. Probably at this point, I'll move him back down and figure it out once we get up to this LA game. We'll check out everything. Go ahead and get like a little wrap up. This might be a quicker video than normal. So we'll go ahead and just get the wrap up in. See where we are. See who we're going to face in the first round. We'll just go ahead and continue. No point in playing anybody here that can get re-injured. And we'll go ahead and let him get healthy. Duncan Keith, sore shoulder, April 11th. We'll just replace the player. I'll go ahead and make all the lineup changes before we get into the first round there. That way Duncan Keith, if he comes back early, doesn't get thrown in there, doesn't risk getting hurt. And even without him, we've won a couple games here, so we'll go ahead and sim up to this date right here. Hopefully Duncan Keith can come back and be ready for the playoffs. Thomas Vanek, April 16th. Oof. Go ahead and just replace the player. Continue. Ooh, not happy to see Thomas Vanek get hurt right before the playoffs. It's a player that we picked up for the playoffs. Hopefully he can get back here by the 12th, as we're going to end up playing Minnesota. Chicago's had good record against them in the playoffs. Hopefully we can continue that. We're going to go ahead and do a little season wrap up here. That's cool. I haven't seen this yet. Like how they have it all. You already have San Jose's up 1-0, St. Louis up 1-0, Tampa's down 1-0. Let's go ahead and look at the stats centrals though. We'll do a quick little league wrap up here. We'll start with the teams. St. Louis landed up finishing ahead of us, which is how we drew them. So they must have went on a pretty good tear there at the end, as they have 2 more wins than us. We'll go ahead and just do the whole entire league real quick. Okay, Washington. So, we weren't too far off. Washington did have a really good season at 50 wins. We only had 47. Go ahead and look at total goals for. We were about 5th in the league, 6th in the league, which isn't too bad at 3 goals a game. Goals against per game, we are in the top 10, which again, that's good. I wouldn't mind getting that a little lower, the top 5, as I would rather be a good defensive team. Power play percentage, we are down to the bottom of the league, which isn't good. Maybe I'll switch up the power play going into the playoffs here. Maybe just go ahead and go with defensemen on the points there instead of any forwards. Our PK, on the other hand, was really good, so that's also good to see. Go ahead and look at some player stats, see who performed for us. Okay, so as far as points go, Patrick Kane, pretty much point per game. He's pretty much point per game. And Tays, yeah, Panarin's pretty close. 44 goals for Patrick Kane, that's really good. 28 goals for Tays. I'm happy with the first line. Nick Schmaltz has a really good year with 57 points as a rookie and 27 goals. Mott pretty much had a 20-goal season as a rookie, 36. So that's definitely interesting. Not sure why Mott's a grinder. Definitely set him as a playmaker, but it's not that big of a deal. He still performed pretty well. Panarin, only 18 goals. That could be better. Vanek looks like he played pretty decent. Looks like he was an even player since we moved him over. Duncan Keith with his injury still at 50 points, so that's pretty good. We'll go ahead and take a look at the whole league. Okay. So looking at the league, 62 goals for Alexander Ovechkin. I wonder if that's a career high for him, because that is outrageous. 62 goals. Holy crap. If we scroll down here, 65. So this deep into his career, and he gets his second highest goal scoring total, and almost his and one of his highest point totals with 101 points. That's really crazy to see. 200-point players. Definitely looks like New Jersey won that end of the trade with getting Taylor Hall. Tarasenko's up there. Crosby's up there. Taves and Kane are down here, but it could just been we had more of a depth scoring team. That's why they're down there. Go ahead and we'll just check out plus minus. Tarasenko's up there. Let's go ahead and we'll look at hits. We'll see who the biggest hitter in the league is. Jordan Stahl. That's pretty surprising. Simmons. Taves up there, which is really surprising. I know he, kind of throws the body around a little bit. Never expect him to be up there that much. Who had the most giveaways? 106. It's not good. I don't see anyone on our team up there, so that's definitely good. Most takeaways. Patrick Kane with 115. Maybe he wins the Selkie this year because that was way more than anyone else. That's crazy that he had 115. It's not even close. Okay. We'll go ahead and we'll look at rookie skaters just to see who should be taking it home, or if any of our guys would have taken it home, which it looks like they would have, with Willie Nylander being up there at 36. Definitely looks like he would have landed up taking it home. Ryan Hartman's up there, which isn't bad. Game's not going to give it to him, but I'm pretty sure that Schmaltz would have won it, so I don't need rookie goalies. There's a couple. Anyone get a bunch of games played in? No, not really at all. So go ahead and look at goaltenders here. See who had the most wins. Then we'll kind of look at save percentage around there. It's just easier to sort it out and find out. So we'll look at the most wins in the league, which is Braden Holtby, which is definitely expected, 923. Gary Price had a 930 save percentage, which is really good. Corey Crawford with the 916. It's not great. Could be better, but again, 2 shutouts, 7 shutouts for both of these guys, which is crazy. Definitely looks like Theo Fleury over here took back the net in Pittsburgh. So that's kind of cool to see. Okay, let's see. Anyone score any goals? Nope, no goal scoring there. Most points for anybody is 4 Jake Allen. Corey Crawford had 3 assists. So we have a point-producing goaltender on our hands over here. So I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. Next video is going to be the start of the playoffs for us. And then once we get into that, we're going to do simming all the games to the playoffs. Kind of keep an eye on everything. This is pretty cool that they have the playoffs listed there at the bottom. I'll go ahead and I'll do our line changes and everything. Obviously, Thomas Vanek isn't back yet, which kind of sucks. Hopefully we can get him back early in this series so I can get some playoff time, get his groove in. But this is where I'm going to end it, boys. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.